Hey guys, how you doing? I'd like to welcome you to the California Pigeon Derby. I'm excited to get this video out. We're working towards an intake opening up on May 12th. Over my shoulder here's the loft. It's going to be decent sized. Hopefully they'll be putting sheeting on today, and I can start working on the sections and finish up the floor. We do have a lot of work that still needs to get done, but we are going to have a soft opening in 2025. I have been getting a few questions, and people have signed up. We're on Win Companion. The rules are posted on the website, and this isn't going to be for everybody, and I get that, and that's fine. This is going to be one of the most affordable races out there. All the breeders are limited to 3 birds. There's good things and bad things about that. It's really economical. The bad thing about it is it's not enough money to pay out a huge prize. It's also not enough money to pay my expenses. So we've got to work on kind of coming up with a solution to that, and one way that'll help me get there is auctioning birds. So after the race series is over, we're going to auction off the top 10% of the pigeons. This race is going to be a little bit different, and all your money's coming up front. 100% of it's up front. The money that you're sending up front for those 3 birds is less than the perch fee that you'd be sending in anyway. It seems like some of the races, it's kind of a lottery. You enter birds, and you hope you get a bird that hits, and you win a bunch of money. This race series is not going to be like that. There will be some taco money at the end of each of the races. The breeders that participate this year will decide the direction of the race next year. But this year, I've got 40% of the prize money going to champion bird, 40% of it going to champion breeder, and 20% is going to go to champion club. A lot of you know my buddy Larry.
Man, I was the most feared man in the valley.
He passed away in July. Before he got sick a few years ago and got rid of his, kind of had the standing bet going. If he beat me in a race, I would buy him tacos. If I beat him, he would buy my tacos. And down the street from the clubhouse, about a mile, there's a place called the Taco Tree. And first bird through the clock, you get a year's supply of tacos. So 5 races, $7 a race. The first race, we're calling it an activation race. So that $7 would go to me. So I get a year's supply of tacos. The other 4 races, that $7 would go to the first bird through the clock. I'm gonna backpedal on that. I'm gonna increase the cost on this from $300 to $335. We're gonna collect that $35 up front. And I will pay out that money to the breeder. If after the activation race that breeder doesn't have any birds, refund $185. So that's half of the $300 fee. $35 will get refunded back if you don't have any birds coming back from the activation race. It's coming out to $111 a bird. That's fairly cheap for an opportunity to test your birds on one of the toughest courses in the country. And I want to talk about that for a minute. I know everyone's got a tough course. Our birds are flying from the high desert in Nevada, where they're going through, in and around through different mountain ranges in Nevada. They get to the Sierras, they got to go up over the Sierras and then down to the loft. It's very common to have headwind and a tailwind in the same race, depending on what side of the Sierras you are. It is just it's a tough course, so it's going to test your pigeons. Why am I requiring pedigrees with the pigeons, a 2-generation pedigree with the pigeons? And the reason for that is the series is going to end in November, hopefully in November or into December, and I want to get those birds up and auctioned as quick as we can. And if I've got to wait 2 or 3 weeks to try to collect pedigrees, it's just problematic. So I'm collecting them up front, so I have them ready, so we can start that auction right after the final race. I hope that makes sense. If you're not a member of a club, when you register, there'll be an option on there where you can select one of 4 charities. You select one of those 4 charities. And all the guys that select that charity, they'll be lumped up as a club. And so if you're not a member of a club, that's one way you can participate. And if one of those charities happens to win, rather than pay out to a club, we'll pay out to one of those 4 charities. I think that'll be a lot of fun. If there's a club out there that wants to compete, oh, I got a bird. Hey, buddy. 333 Auburn. That should be a decent bird. My phone is tied up, so we'll take a look. We'll take a look at that in a minute. But hopefully that makes sense. Basically, not a pigeon. Now I want to stop the video and go look at race results. Another question I've got is about the auction. Yes, you can bid on your own bird, and basically you're going to get 50% of the proceeds after auction expenses would get paid to you. So you basically pay for the bird, and then I reimburse you for that 50%. We'll do a loft tour next week. You can kind of see where the status of before anybody's put any birds in the mail or anything like that. And you can decide if you want to do this. It should be a lot of fun. I appreciate your support, and we'll catch you next week. Take care.